Peak Trailhead is surprisingly civilized. Vault toilet, decent signage, and parking for roughly 20 vehicles. On weekends, it overflows fast, pushing late arrivals onto the narrow approach road and turning the last half mile into a tight squeeze. The trail opens with a steady climb through mixed conifer forest. Douglas fir, western red cedar, western hemlock, pockets of ponderosa, and the occasional noble fir. Many of these trees drip with the Oregon bearded lichen, hanging in pale green curtains that give the forest an almost primeval feel. The grade is front-loaded, but never punishing. After the initial push, the trail settles into long stretches of mellow, easy uphill and downhill narrow trails. The tread is packed dirt with minimal rock, fast, easy hiking that lets you cruise without having to watch every step. Soon the forest breaks into a series of meadows and open clearings. They're idyllic, cinematic even, but they're also prime tick habitat. Experienced hikers know the drill. Treat your boots, socks, pants, and gear before you start. These meadows are worth lingering in, but only after you've done your prep. The route forms a lollipop. Climb the stick, reach a Y junction, then choose your direction. I'm recommending you take the left trail. It's going to give you an early reward, a short social trail leading to a preview point. You'll find the social trail branching off to the left. There is a thin sign pointing right in the direction of the official trail. Go left. It's a short walk, and from here you have a great view of Mount Shasta, Mount Ashland, I-5, and Ashland tucked into the valley. It's impressive, but the highlight is yet to come. Back on the main loop, the trail meanders through more meadows and shaded forest pockets. Take your time to enjoy the little details a hike like this provides. It's not all about the grand vistas and sweeping views when we go hiking. Eventually, the trees thin and the terrain shifts. The soft dirt gives way to a rocky plateau, and a stand of burnt trees appears ahead. That's your landmark, your sign that the trail highlight is close. The last climb is on open, rocky terrain with zero shade. If you weren't using sun protection before this point, you'll want it now. Get out that wide brim hat, umbrella, sunglasses, and sunscreen. Traffic patterns vary. On my visit, I saw only 2 hikers on the way up, but a dozen or so clustered at the viewpoint had come up from the opposite direction of the loop. The plateau offers excellent views, but the piece de resistance is a rocky prominence that feels purpose-built for hikers. From this perch, you get a sweeping, unobstructed panorama of Mount Shasta, Mount Ashland, the towns of Ashland, Talent, Phoenix, and Medford, Roxanne, Upper and Lower Table Rocks, and the Rogue Valley stretching towards Shady Cove. At 5,630 feet elevation, you're high enough that inbound aircraft to Medford Regional Airport pass below you. I didn't want to monopolize the perch, so I found a quiet spot to sit down and enjoy the breeze and the view. Oh, and just so you know, this is not the peak. That's further along the trail. After soaking in the views, you'll want to get one more view from this perfect viewpoint, and then start the journey along the loop. The loop back continues along the valley-facing side, delivering nearly continuous vistas of Ashland, Talent, and Phoenix. The trail narrows here, brushing against tall grass and wildflowers. You'll want to slow down on the return part of the loop. The views sweep along the Rogue River Valley, and the trail, while narrow, is an easy walk, so you can enjoy the views and not worry too much about tripping over rocks or roots. And of course, there's a couple of short social trails you want to take to enjoy the view from a different angle. As you round the corner following the path in an easterly direction, Roxanne, the Table Rocks, and Shady Cove in the far distance take center stage. When I was there in July, the East Evans Creek fire was burning, causing that orange smoke in the distance. This is the kind of meadow that makes you want to come back in the spring, which I will be doing. I love my hiking umbrella, but on this part of the path, the wind was just too strong for it, so I had to resort to my wide-brimmed hat. Thankfully, the wind died down, and I could put up my hiking umbrella again. That haze you see in the distance is the smoke from the forest fire slowly working its way further into the Rogue River Valley. The views from the plateau are impressive, but I found this massive meadow glowing with bright yellow blooms to be just as impressive. It's a striking contrast to the rocky summit, wide, open, and unexpectedly beautiful. It was like a river of yellow flowing between the trees. Nearing the Y junction, there is an unmarked trail that branches left toward the true summit of Grizzly Peak at 5,850 feet that I mentioned earlier. It's rocky, short, and honestly not worth it. The summit is tree-choked with no real views. Tag it if you're a peak bagging purist, otherwise skip it and enjoy the easy descent back down to the trailhead. Locals report that Grizzly Peak is hikeable year-round. In winter, microspikes or crampons are usually enough. Snowshoes are rarely required. The meadows and views shift dramatically with the seasons, making this a trail worth visiting in fall, winter, and spring. And yes, there will be more videos of this trail in those seasons in later episodes of Amputee Outdoors. I hope you've enjoyed this trail report. If you have, please click the like button, subscribe, and for the full written trail report along with gear reviews, tips and tricks for hiking, visit www.amputeeoutdoors.com. See you out there!